everybody, and welcome to Stat Check episode 169. It is the 27th of January 2026, and this is I'm Friends with the Monster. I'm Innes, I'm joined by Anthony and Nathan, and we're here to talk about Warhammer. I'm in a weird place this week. I'm in Brian's flat. There are cats here trying to kill me. So all of us have cats in the apartment this week, and I hope everybody's doing well. Anthony, how you been, my friend?
I've been playing fucking Necrons, bro. I'm the king right now. I'm unstoppable, immovable, untouchable. Did get a draw in the last scrim I played.
What if they don't bounce?
So far, so good still. You know, even if they don't bounce. If they don't bounce, I get like a 10, even if I fuck it up real bad. So, seems fine.
It seems fine. Seems good. You know, seems all right.
Yeah, it's good, healthy game we got ourselves here, folks. Fucking cracking on.
He's been a day zero Necron player. He's been on them since the first time he saw the Catan rules.
I was on them from the first time I thought I wouldn't just beat them into the floor with the army that I play. Yeah, that's true. The first time I was like, oh shit, I have to respect them? Well, not doing that, and I'll just play them.
People are commenting on the catch. I can go like full, like, it all started when I was 14 mode if you guys want.
Yeah.
There's tons of options. This is great. I'm enjoying I'm on my own. Right?
And this is enjoying the lap of luxury that is a leather couch and like.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was sleeping on this for like 3 days, so.
The way your audio is changing when you move around makes me think that you may not have your headset mic as your mic.
That would be really annoying.
Anthony with the actually on point commentary.
I was like, wait a minute.
It should be fixed now.
Oh, look at that. He sounds way different.
There we go. Fantastic. Now I can do this.
Now he can lounge the whole show.
Oh, perfect. I can sleep through the Catan stats.
Yeah, there you go. I have been putting lots of people to sleep voluntarily or involuntarily with the Satan, so that makes sense that the stats would do it as well.
They do. Fantastic. They make me sad when I look
What
at them.
What are you liking at the moment, Anthony? What are you playing?
I'm playing Shatter and Pantheon, and I'm playing lots of Catans, and the rest of the list depends on what my job is that day.
Fair and reasonable.
Entirely reasonable. Who's your favorite Catan?
It's probably been the Deceiver. So I did not know that. Like, I thought in TTS, you know, how the Deceiver has that stupid shit-eating grin.
Yeah,
I thought
that's what his model fucking looks like. Yeah,
I thought that was someone on TTS having a laugh, doing a bit, and then I saw a real-life Deceiver, and he's just,
he's just a shitter.
So funny. So he's my new favorite now.
Did you leave a 40mm base anywhere? Whoops.
Yeah. Whoopsie. It doesn't even matter if you leave a gap because he's starting on the board and running at you because he's a Terminator-sized knight. In the game I played against Change Host, he must have done 30 damage and shooting through the game to like birds and shit. Just being like, you damage, that they can't do anything about. Very, 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 very funny.
Along with a nice little bit of Amateur and the Silent King, just to make sure no one's having fun.
Yeah, I don't want anyone at my table to have a good time. It's great to play an army that I am also rooting against. Every time anything bad happens to my army, I'm like, oh, damn, dude, a Catan died. Shucks. So
1 of 7.
Yeah. Yep. I've played a few games with 5. Notably, you can't play 6 in Pantheon because then you don't get a Warlord. Because you have 10 points left over. So the list building restrictions stop you from being a complete monster. That said, if you wanted to be a complete monster, you could totally play 6 in a different detachment. So who knows?
And I mean, when would you ever want to not be a complete monster, Anthony?
I'm doing my best right now. I have given up. I've given up on any semblance of like skill expression or being really good or pretending that matters anymore. I'm just going to hurt people because hurt people hurt people. So now I am just being part of the problem. I have given up on caring. Fucking whatever, dude. Who cares what the next broken thing is? Because it's going to be me at the end of the tunnel waiting to play it.
Basically taking the same vibe that I've taken from my singles season this year. Just applying it to your team's season.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, it just doesn't matter if I feel smart at the end of this. And I never felt that way, really. But, like, it extra doesn't matter now. Like, my efforts to put 1,000+ reps into an army have been invalidated by the everything that exists right now. So fuck it. Whatever. Who cares? Whee!
Let's get crazy.
Depressing rant I've ever heard in my entire life. Actually,
Nathan, how's your week been?
Anthony's generally our font of like positivity. Actually, and
Yeah.
that was like the most astoundingly canary in the coal mine moment I've ever had while staring into the void.
Sorry. Yeah.
I had a great weekend. We had a D&D event on Saturday. Sunday, I recorded Art of War Down Under with Adam Camilleri, where we did a stats episode. And then yesterday, I did a sealed draft with some friends for Lorwyn Eclipsed, which was fun. So we bought a booster box and did a sealed draft. I got a bunch of shock lands. I got 5 shock lands out of the box, which was quite nice. I didn't get any of the other really good hits, but I got some fun stuff anyways. I had purchased the Dance of the Elements precon, and so I slotted a bunch of upgrades into it, and so its mana base is no longer total shit.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, the Dance of the Elements is real bad. It's like, what if all my mana entered tapped and I never got to fucking use it? Is the gist of the Dance of the Elements precon. So it got a bunch of shock lands added to it. The art for that set is crazy good. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I didn't do anything 40k or 40k related. I 3D printed up some models for the D&D event so that my wife, who is running the D&D event, had a bunch of models to put on the table.
Nice.
And I played my level 20 cleric and had a good time. And that was kind of the gist of it. That was my weekend. I'll play 40k this week.
Nice.
Under duress.
Yeah, under duress only. I still need to play into Catan some more, so I can punish myself forever.
Look, if you want the smoke, I got it on tap, dude. I've been playing 2 to 3 games a day because they all take about 40 minutes.
I mean, that's what I expect. Is you have made a critical error, now you die.
Not even your critical error was existing. Now you will suffer critical existence failure. Be gone.
That actually sounds like something a Necron would say to somebody else. You've suffered a critical existence failure.
Yeah, it's great. All the names of the Necron stratagems are super funny, so you get to do that too, which is great. They're not near. Pantheon is much better in this space for what it's worth. If you want whimsically named nonsense stratagems, Pantheon's got it down.
Go on, what's your favorite example?
Oh, let me pull them up, dude, because I'm gonna forget one, and it's gonna be the funniest one. So give me a second.
They're all good though. They're
literally like 1 through 6 of them are funny. I'll read them all out now, so Innis can pick one. How's that?
Sure, that sounds reasonable.
All right, so
I definitely did not read their names the way I read the attachment.
Pantheon of Woe. So we have Disharmonization Cascade.
Sure.
Molecular Erosion. Mass Transmogrification. Entrophasic Aura Targeting. Chrono Distortion and Phase Melding. Almost none of these.
Definitely aura targeting. That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's the real ones to hit wound.
Aura farming, and he's killing your aura while he goes.
That's right. So, yeah, amazing. They're all hilarious.
I hope you're saying that every time you use the stratagems as well.
I call all of the stratagems by their names when I play Pantheon, because most of them are pretty bad, so you don't really use the Pantheon strats a lot of the time. So you spend a lot of time being like CP reroll and heroic intervention, because you don't really have much else to do with it. But yeah, it's funny.
The blowing up one always seems fun. Yeah, you're unraveling from existence.
Unraveling is a fucked up buff, by the way.
Are you in contagion range? Are you in contagion range? You're in contagion range?
Yeah.
No, you're in contagion range. Sorry, buddy. AP 5.
I one shot a just the no save, don't care about cover, no look, men here's one shot a rhino that's in unraveling. So funny.
You want AOC for a 6-up?
Don't care. Go ahead. Go on. Be my guest.
Just do it. It's
also
fine.
no army with reasonable AOC access plays rhinos except EC. And then you're EC against Pantheon, and you have a whole different set of problems.
Renegade Raiders, come on.
I suppose.
Under duress, but they have it. And I guess Liam PSL.
Yeah, they don't want to use AOC.
No, of course they don't. Oh, all right. What have I done this week? Not a ton. I've been in London for 6 days. London's all right. No, that was really good. My sister came down for the weekend. We hung out a bunch. Brian ended up delaying his flight a couple of days, so we hung out for a little bit longer. We had like some really good Korean food. I've been around a bunch of the local parks. I went to the Moko Museum, which was quite fun, like a digital art museum. I read a bunch of books. I finished The Warden, which was recommended to me by someone from here. I finished The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. They were both pretty solid. I have the next. I have it set here. I have Strength of the Few ready to go at some point when I finally get around to that. So books have been on point. I've actually not been reading a ton because I've been pretty busy with work those last couple of days. I built the rest of my Bastion Task Force Black Tempos list. I have a game with that in person with Gustavo from Team Portugal on Thursday. That list slams. I'm having so much fun with it.
I feel like we'd be lying if we didn't note that being in London is probably pretty tight for 40K stuff, right?
It's surprisingly like I've not arranged a ton of games,
but you could if you
arranged
did,
like
right? Yeah,
yeah. I brought Black Templars down with me. I am hopefully going to arrange a game. I've got like theoretically a game arranged with Tom Lohman, at least one or two of the other Scotland guys that live down here. I might try to get a game with Boris. But yeah, if you're in London and you want to hit me up for a game, like I'm not super opposed, especially on weekends during the day, because I don't take coaching calls during the day, so I'm open to having a suggestion. Also, if you know any RTTs or anything around here that have unpainted models, not opposed to the idea as well. But I could not find anything when I went looking. So yeah, that's been it. Mostly I've been back at work, busy at work, dealing with like I'm slightly allergic to cats, so I've not been out running very much, which is kind of annoying me. So
absolute comedy, dude. Imagine taking that clip and showing it to you a year ago.
Yeah, I know. Imagine saying it to me 20 minutes ago. I'm like annoyed that I can't go out for a run because I'm just sitting there like just eating. I'm just sitting there like normally because when I go out running, I can eat like a decent amount of like a little bit of extra food, and I can't right now. So I'm just like hardlining like 2,500 calories and being like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, because you're counting the calories still, so you're like, meh. Yeah.
I want to go out for a run so I can have like some biscuits.
Yeah, please.
Like, I'll do 400 calories of work for 5 biscuits, please.
Hilarious.
Yeah, genuinely, like I'm a relapsing fat man. It's awful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get out again. I'm gonna try and get out tomorrow. I've been going like I got up to about being able to do about 6K in about 40 something minutes, which I was like for where I was doing all right. This first like full day I was here, I was like, I'll go out. My lab was like 5K recovery run today. I was like sick. I made it 800 meters before I was in a full on coughing fit. I was like, I'm walking back.
Yeah, that's not good.
It was not great, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I've been on popping antihistamines like they're what's the
Candy?
little thing? Pez, like a Pez dispenser. It's been great. Yeah. So yeah, it's been all right. Cooking my own food at home again. Like I live with my family, so usually I don't have to cook a bunch. But like doing all 3 of my meals myself is a nightmare. I don't know how anyone does this all the time. I've eaten the same meal 4 days in a row for 3 meals.
I do that a lot.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's in fact how you do it.
3 different kinds of frozen chicken, and I rotate between like rice and chips. About as good as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, just bunch of vegetables on the Sunday that you then do through the week is usually kind of.
Yep, it's working. It's miserable. I'm just like protein shake for breakfast, soup or bacon roll for lunch, chicken for dinner. Done. No thinking.
Dude, I love a good. See, like my greatest strength, I think, as a person is that I don't like I have zero preference basically when it comes to food. I love a good like nutrient slop bowl. Like that Colombian food we ate where it was just like many things that are delicious in a bowl is like my optimal form of food. If I could eat naught but that, I would. Like any of the like they start calling them like corporate slop bowls, like the Chipotle, Cava, like that type of shit, the stuff that fucking software devs eat all day. I've just fully been transformed. I love that shit. That's my favorite thing.
You're just the target for that Soylent.
Dude, oh my God. Brand. Yeah, they'd get me immediately. Oh, little guy.
It's one of them. I don't know which one. I can't tell.
If it let you pick it up, that means it's Killy.
Probably Killy, yeah. But I just genuinely can't tell.
That cat looked at Innes and was like, "You're not my real dad.
You're not dad."
I cannot tell at all. But all they do while I'm here is sit in Brian's room on Brian's clothes. That is all they have done.
They miss dad.
Eat food over there. That's the only time I see them is when they come to check for food. I'm like, once every 4 hours, I'm like, have they escaped and I just go and double check for them just in case. This
Hilarious.
building is hermetically sealed at this point. I cannot risk losing a cat. But
I'm gonna be honest, Innes, my cat has been on the same chair for like the last 2 hours and is just chilling there. She's just having a great time. Cats just do that. That's just what cats do.
I've only ever had dogs.
Yeah.
I'm so confused all the time. I'm like, but attention, or do they need it? I don't know.
I
can't
had-
tell.
I had only had dogs until Anna and I moved in and she took Pickles back from her parents. I don't know that I want dogs again now. Like cats are great, dude. It's just like
So
the
much more attention
autopilot
than a dog.
pet.
That's
I'll
entirely.
let you
fair.
know when they want something.
It's
Oh, I
great.
also might have booked in for getting a new tattoo. I think that's about all I've done.
Oh.
What
There
one?
you go.
What are you doing?
I told you about this one already.
Oh, maybe you did.
Uh,
Oh, yes, you did.
I'm thinking
yeah.
about getting this done, but in black and white with
Yep.
some tweaks. Because it's really cool.
That's a good one. I
Yeah.
like it.
Right, Nathan. Stats us away.
I hate everything about what I'm about to say.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
so
Yeah,
excited.
me too, buddy.
Are we
I'm
number
so-
one? Are
All right,
me
I'm going,
and the
I'm going to therapy position.
Are-
Come on,
are-
man.
are me
Tell,
and the
tell me how bad
eternal
it is.
me and the rest of the eternal kings number one?
So there's 2 things that I'm going to do real quick. So the first one is I'm going to read off the win rates and event wins from this week.
Mm-hmm.
Just this week. I'm going to do some T-Whip numbers just so you guys kind of have a perspective on that from this week. And then I'm going to do some overrep from all of the balance patch.
I'm going to go wash my hands before I get deathly sick from this allergy.
All right. So while Innes is gone and doesn't need to suffer through this,
I'm so excited.
Anthony can be jazzed, which is good. I'm glad somebody is. All right. Win rates. Necrons are number 1 by win rate.
Let's fucking go.
They had 69 players.
Yeah, they did.
7.28% of the meta. That's so many people.
That's
And,
a lot. Yeah, that's a big number. To be number 1 in win rate, that's a big number.
and a 57.5% win rate.
Woo! Nearly 60 with most of the meta playing them. Let's go, baby.
The average first round loss is 2.3, which is
That-
funny to me.
That's
Pretty
good.
Yep. Thousand Suns are next. They had 25 players, which is 2.6% of the meta, and a 56% win rate.
That's close in a dangerous way. That's not good.
No. Tau, 41 players, 4.3% of the meta, and a 55.3% win rate. So, fine.
Okay.
And then Astra Militarum had 55 players, which is 5.8%, 54.5%
God,
win
I can't
rate.
wait for my space.
That's a
Marine buffs.
lot of guard, and that win
Yep.
rate is way too high for guard.
And then GSC are round out 5th with 13 players, 1.37%.
What are you doing?
And a
Stop playing this army.
53.97, which is just a 54% win rate, basically.
They're fine.
Their
I'm way-
average first round loss is 3, which is the best one.
What's
I'm-
that overrep, Nathan?
The overrep is fine. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right.
I'm way less concerned about GSC of those 3. That one doesn't bother me at all.
That's fair.
On the bottom end, we have Chaos Space Marines, 43 players, 4.54, and a 42.6% win rate.
Let's go CSM. It's so
Emperor's
damn
Children are next, 38 players, 4% of the meta, and a 42.7% win rate.
That makes sense.
Leagues of Otan are next, 33 players, 3.48%, 43.75% win rate.
Yep.
And then Imperial Knights, 21 players, 2.22%, 44.07% win rate. And then Death Guard round out the bottom 5 with 46 players, 4.85% of the meta, and a 44.17% win rate.
So those all make sense to me, except for CSM, because CSM might be outside of the obvious evil things in the meta right now. The army that I'm most excited about us taking to Pyra, and Innes has gotten to see a fair amount of us using that CSM list. It just fucking rocks. It rocks every time we use it. It rocks in every scrim. It gets underestimated and then owns. It's been really fucking good.
I think that's just CSM in a nutshell, though, right? It's an army that allows you to build disastrous lists, and
That's
people just do. And
Yeah.
as much as I almost consider it much in the same way that when we look at guard having a play rate and a win rate at the same time, it's you guys shouldn't do that. You're not an army that gets to do that. If
Right.
Chaos Space Marines have a 48% win rate, something's probably going wrong.
Yeah,
because the
something
player
in
base
there.
is almost doing well. And that's
Yeah.
usually not a great sign with the armies that are traditionally very highly played, but have like a very broad range of results and usually do kind of poorly.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. It's just funny to like think about like because like the Renegades list we've been running is so like meat and potatoes cookie cutter, right? It's just like
Yeah, I mean, it's just
couple units of
playing good
bikes.
at Warhammer, right?
Yeah, but it's just like you would think that would be the thing that people gravitate to, but
No, people gravitate to like Lords of Skulls and
I guess that's fair.
Bashment
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
people play Chaos Space Marines because they want to play the weird shit they can't play in Space Marines a lot of the time. Playing weird Gladius is not always what people are looking for.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, I'm just randomly looking at something. All right,
Okay.
we continue.
I mean, Harridan 5-0 tournament, and so did
Harridan did win a tournament, which is
Final Day won a
something,
tournament in the hands of Alex McDougall. Like it's been a weird weekend. So
which is giving me a headache because that means that something I did is incorrect, but I'll deal with that later. All right, cool. So Necrons won a bunch of events. In fact, as far as I can tell, that they won 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many
6
were
events.
there this weekend, Nathan?
How many events were there?
The Necrons won 6 of them. If there was 7, I'm worried. If there was 20 of them, I'm still worried, but less.
6.
Sorry, 7, 8.
6 is so
9,
many.
10,
So many on like week
11,
3.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Do we not have like a
15
summer,
events?
I'm calling them? Okay, so they won 40% of the events this weekend.
That's not good.
That's too many. That's more.
I mean,
that's more than
hell yeah. Fucking let's go, Necrons.
Submit to the eternal Silent King.
Yeah.
peasants.
It is.
Bow down, foolish mortals that would contend with those that shackle
Unfortunately,
gods.
All of those events were in unraveling range, and simply
Yeah,
minus
uh-huh.
180.
Oh, there were 15, 948 players. What the shit? There's my summary stat. I was like, where did it go? I had it somewhere on here, so I rapidly tried to count them instead.
Yeah, that was too easy. Why couldn't you just like select the column and look at the total?
Shush. Don't ask questions.
If you wanted it to
don't
be
want
easy, you'd play Necrons, dude.
It's true.
He's not
It does also mean that I need to fix one thing in the spreadsheet real quick, and that's what I'm going to do.
This is why the show was late today, by the way, guys. I want everyone to know that.
It is, in fact, not why it was late.
100% was, but that's fine.
So that means that Necrons have won 9 events, by the way.
That's good.
9 events since they released 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that doesn't change anything about some of the numbers that I'm going to talk about in just a second. It changes something else that I'll do a little bit later.
Someone was
All right.
talking about the ITT stats for this weekend. That there are 61 Necron players and 240 Catan.
Yep. So the winners, by the way, are a bunch of different detachments. Canoptic Court won, Star Shatter won, Pantheon won. Why isn't your list here? 2 Pantheons.
Can we get 3?
No, just 2.
2 Pantheon. WTF, 2 Pantheons? What a crazy era.
So wait. So there's 2 Pantheons, a Shatter.
Multiple Star Shatters and a Canoptic.
Got it. So it was 3 Shatters then.
Yep.
Good.
Nice. I know Josh is playing Canoptek, which, can't be a good sign.
Oh, God, dude. What a so done.
I'm ready for a Amantar sustained hits.
I'm going to go on to a different problem that we're having because of the sheer amount of representation we have from Necrons. So
what you got, King?
Usually you don't have a faction that is the second most popular with a 7.28. By the way, that's 0.1% behind Space Marines. That is just like a couple people. It's one person. It is one person at this point.
Real quick.
Player less.
What was the overrep for Necrons?
That's what they think.
It's 2.2.
Okay. That's a lot for that.
So 7% of the metagame, 15% of top 4s. So 1 in 6 top 4s, very roughly.
Oh, that's so many.
Their T-Whip is 14%, which is also almost 2.
Math is 6.25 is the average, right?
Yeah.
So
twice as high.
1 in
Twice
60
as high
players.
as they should
2.5 times as high. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's
just back where we should be.
We're just right back where we should be with one faction beating the shit out of us repeatedly forever. Yeah,
I love it. This is great. I bought a Deceiver. I'm a Necron player.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I didn't buy. I would like to be clear. I've bought no Necron models, and I'm not going to.
Space Marines are funny in that they've won a bunch of events and they have a 1.4, so they're not doing too terrible.
I mean, Ultras are a genuine
very good.
Necrons counter.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Genuinely incredibly powerful.
Wins.
yeah.
They also have the second most event wins and the second most top fours, and are the second most played army in the game.
Yeah,
So,
but what's their win rate, Nathan?
like 40-ish%, 47.3. 47.3. No buffs. You don't get buffs when you're in the balance window.
No nerfs.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on. Is I stared at these summary stats. I stared at them a really long time, and I got more and more depressed the more and more analysis I did.
Who were our other event winners this weekend, Nathan?
All right, the other event winners that I've got, I don't trust the summary document that I've been looking at anymore, which is a terrible shame.
Well, that's great.
Space Marines won an event. Astra Militarum won an event. Blood Angels won events. World Eaters won an event. Gene Stealer Cult won an event. Death Watch won an event again. Space Wolves won 2. Eldar won an event. And Death Guard won an event is what I've got.
Eldar won an event? There's a horse in the hospital. What the fuck?
Dude, Eldar can still win events. They just got to get a little...
Was it Liam?
They just got to get a little lucky a couple times. It's okay.
That's fair. Someone says Liam still Eldar can't get buffed because Liam's still playing for them for teams, and that is probably a bad sign.
Lewis is right. I agree.
That's a canary in the coal. If Liam's playing your army, it's probably not balanced.
Though, except that one time. That one time it was
Except
fine.
That one time. That one time was okay, yeah. We don't talk about... Everyone gets there that one time, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets the one time.
Who among us, dude?
Who among us has
amongst
an
us has
alley-oop tit for one tournament, right?
It's true. That's everything. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Do we have stats on what Necrons are doing into people?
Wait.
What are Necrons' win rate stats for detachments? Can we start with that?
I was going to say, what are the Necron detachment stats? Because if we have that, I would love to know.
Necron detachment stats. I'd also like to know what Necrons' win rate into armies is, if we have that as well.
All right. I can give you some Necron detachment stats real quick.
Beats none. I'm so excited.
I can't give you all of them because I haven't finished the stats for this week for detachments.
Necrons,
Tragic, but
consistently
fair.
The third best army of this edition, behind Space Marines and Eldar, are so terrible right now.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, according to Siegler, I too can wear blinders about my favorite faction and not pay attention to them being good all edition. That's fine.
I don't. Surely that's not a real thing he said.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
That would be wildly nonsense. All right. So this is last week's data for summary across all their games. Awakened Dynasty has a 63.8. Cryptek had a 58.3. Cursed had a 62.8. Pantheon of Woe had a 71.4. And Star Shatter had a 54.7. I like how you were like, that was a lot, and then I got to the 71.4.
Yeah, boy. Listen, if people play Pantheon, guys, what you need to remember that you could do is make sure that you play the mission. Or
Yeah, bro, they're just OC4, dude. They're only OC4.
Stand on the objectives
next to them so they can charge you easier.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
There's definitely not like any other units in the army that are also on the objective, right? That wouldn't. They're just OC4, right?
Dude, I got about this far into thinking about how to beat it before I was like, you know what?
So those are Harlequin numbers, by the way.
All right.
Those
so
are
you
just
should shoot
Harlequin
them with
numbers.
your army 4 times for 4 turns without taking any damage back, and you might kill them.
What did you
And
say,
then
Nathan? Run that
I said
by me
those are-
one more time.
Those are Harlequin numbers, by the way. Just by the by.
We're
If you
home.
dig into it, they have Awakened Dynasty has a 4 overrep, by the way, and Pantheon of Woe has a 2.2.
If you think about it, a 5-up Field of Pain is basically -6 range.
Yeah, it's true. And -1 damage and half damage are totally very different abilities in the damage situation that we've got in our meta.
That's good, dude. I think, honestly, much the way that I felt when Harlequins came out is how I feel right now. Which is, enough's enough. Whatever. Fuck it, who cares? If Games Workshop doesn't, why should we? Whee!
Yep. And then you wanted some of the meta matchup overview stuff,
I would
right?
love to know what their win rates are into some of the floundering factions our channel seems to love so much.
All right. So again,
Oh
this is
no, we're
this
gonna
is
do
a
it like
week old-
this.
This data is a week old, so we're gonna pull out some of the data real quick. Necrons have a 55% win rate into Space Marines.
The army that we think is the other best army in the game, they have a 55% win rate into.
A 63% win rate into Astra Militarum.
The third best army in the game.
I would argue Astra's way up there, but yeah, it's not looking good.
68% win rate into Chaos Space Marines.
What? Oh Christ!
That's
What
not
is
that far off Chaos Space Marine's regular win rate.
What? Yeah. Oof. What is the? Let's do our factions, right? Nathan, pick whatever you ascribe to yourself these days, but go into. Let's do GSC, World Eaters, and whatever you ascribe to yourself.
All right, GSC, the win rate for Necrons into GSC. Where did it go? I just had it in my face. It's really a small box is kind of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We might not actually have that data.
I kind of want to know what the NIDS one as well is.
Tyranids is a 67% win rate.
Oh, solid.
Nice. I love having a 2/3 chance based on the army I showed up with.
World Eaters is the one that you wanted, Anthony?
Not wanted, but will accept.
Not wanted, but will accept, yes. 59% win rate into World Eaters.
It's only 2% higher than their regular one, right?
That's right, baby. And, oh, yeah, of course. What's the mirror win rate? My actual main, dude.
50.
Yeah.
Fuck off, guys.
No, there's a draw rate in there. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, someone got a draw.
This doesn't matter. It's no.
Nathan's so mad.
I could
It's
pick out
okay.
just Pantheon
I'm
of Woe
mad
if you
too.
want.
Oh, that would be way funnier.
Fantastic.
Let's do it.
There's only 58 games of this in the data set, so bear with me.
It's going to be fucky.
100%.
They have an 80% win rate into Chaos Space Marines, a 100% win rate into Leagues of Votann, 67% win rate into World Eaters, a 100% win rate into Black Templars, Imperial Knights, Gene Stealer Cult, Adeptus Custodes, Chaos Knights, Tyranids, Orcs, and Drukhari. And a 0% win rate into Sisters.
That's it.
20%,
Let's
and a
go,
20
sisters.
and a 20% win rate into Tau.
That all makes sense. Good job,
Five
guys.
players, your time is now.
Yeah, we saved the meta, dude.
Star Shatter has the most games. So
It's
it has
not
the
on a
best
storm
data set.
surge for ITT.
I love
Yep.
looking at this one because somehow apparently Star Shatter it has a 25% win rate into Emperor's Children.
Fantastic.
I believe that to be true, but I just don't believe those to be the right Star Shatter builds.
Yeah.
And
You know
a
what my favorite
0%
thing
win
about
rate into
Pantheon?
Space Wolves and Thousand Suns.
I think the thing that makes Pantheon so easy to have a high winner with as well is you just can't fuck up list building it. If you were just like, haha, let me just run my favorite Catan models and jam it for a tournament, you'd probably go 4-1.
Yeah.
I don't even think it'd be that hard if you were just like, I got 5 Catan and a unit for my home objective.
Yep. That'll work.
Probably wouldn't even be that bad.
Just give me back my Necron stats for a second. All right.
What
I wanna look for
do we have the
some
stats for which Necron detachment's best in the mirror?
in the mirror? We do not actually have that stats for that.
I would
don't
love
think
to
we've-
see if we can get that for next week.
Sure. I will figure out a good way to do that because we usually eliminate mirrors from our data for obvious reasons, but
Sure.
we can try to pull it together. Yeah, I don't know. I think the battle situation is bad. They've released something that is kind of crazy and ridiculous, and that's just the problem that is in existence currently today.
Yeah. I think we should probably head it off here. That I don't want to do speculations on what we think could or should change. Something has to, very desperately needs to. I don't want to do speculation on what it is because I am choosing to believe that Games Workshop will fix this because they changed Victor's card twice in 6 weeks. And if they need to, I'm sure they will do the same here. I wish it had not happened like this. I think we all do, except Anthony, who is obviously
Dude, this is the best timeline. What do you mean?
Anthony's gonna make Team USA this year because his results are gonna look incredible.
All right.
Actually, to be fair, Anthony, isn't the worst possible timeline that you shit the bed at Pyra with Necrons now?
It just won't happen, right?
I know it won't.
It
but,
like
I know
you
it
know,
won't, but I think it'd be very funny. So I want
minimal
to-
ego involved, but I feel like if I get the same amount of pairing resources that traditionally it has been worth giving to me, it is somewhat likely that I walk out of Pyro with 90 at least points.
I think that seems reasonable. What do we think? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. For anyone who didn't catch it last week, go check out the End of the Matrix episode from last week, where you can hear all about the StatCheck team that's going to the Asia Teams Championship this weekend, and you can probably find out some stuff about what the StatCheck comp is for that one. But we have Catan. We have a player playing them who's playing 3 Catan in Canoptek Court, and I'm sure he's going to have a wonderful time.
I'm sure he's going to have just a blast. It's hard to have a bad time in Thailand, I hear.
That's fair. I mean, he's going to have a blast with his 3 Doomstalkers and Amatar. So
where is it in Thailand?
Phuket,
No clue.
Oh, Phuket's really nice, actually. Yeah, it's a good place to have a tournament.
Find out there right now from the chat.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see fixes inevitably. They've been pretty responsive for the most part. That's all
Thank you to Brian for sending us $5, saying the Doomer Arch Anthony was so cathartic. Thanks, guys. Thank you to Brian. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for the super chat.
All right. There were some reveals this week. Do we want to talk about some reveals from this week?
Just literally anything besides doing about Necrons would be lovely. I feel bad when we have episodes like this because I don't want to pay on 40K. No. I'm still having a great time. I love my Bastion Templar's army. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
The game feels like it's a pretty good spot right now, except for
all of the horrible, insane parts. It's yeah.
Except for the like 2 horrible, insane parts. It feels pretty good.
Yep. If we
it's not really 4 though, is it?
Crons, Sint, Guard, Ultras.
I
know this because
I don't disagree, but
I started to type out a World Eaters matrix, and I went red, red, nope, red, and then red, and I was like, excellent, yay! And
to be fair, I can give you the Sint win rate real quick if you want it, Anthony.
Do it. Let's just macro dose ourselves.
62.1. There you go.
Sounds right.
Yeah, that Teehee army's got a lot of gunch.
It also has all of the event wins for Chaos Demons in recent memory.
That seems unsurprising.
Yep.
To be fair, I barely viewed like 2 of those as problems because I play Ultramarines, so
yeah, that would be why you don't view those as problems.
Exactly,
which is fine to do. Like, I don't even care anymore. Yeah. From my perspective, the only problem is actually Ultras. Ultras is the only problem army.
That's fair. Yeah.
Nerf Ultramarines, buff Necrons.
I can't hear your complaints from the tower of my Rap-X. So
no,
it's because you've been deafened. You've been deafened by the 2 guns, one on either side of your head.
Saves AP1, please, Mr. Catan.
Yeah. All right.
I love Anti-Fly 2+. It's my favorite thing.
Why
my stubber has Anti-Fly 4 up, I'll never know, but it does. So
who knows? They still condensed all those guns together, so they're not 20 different profiles, and just like a couple.
Not all of them.
It's a lot still. When you get shot by it, it's still like, oh, we're still doing this. All right.
The Rep-X in Space Marines has 10 shots from its defensive array and then 29 plus D3 other shots. Condensed into one defensive array.
All right. The Sint is not a problem. Nicholas is still to score a differential point against me.
The problem, Luis, is that I assume that you're playing CK, and CK is not going to make it onto any team comps because it wants demons, right? Like, that just seems bad. Unless you're playing IK, in which case, power to you, buddy. And I hope you keep killing it.
All
right, what do we want to whinge about for the next 20 minutes before we do questions?
I wanted to talk about a really cool model, that new Warsmith guy. He looks
that guy rips.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Kravik Morn. He looks just great.
I hope that guy's jacked in bile.
Yeah.
Just want to play every single Chaos Space Marine character. Just is like, what if this guy was in bile though?
I mean, when they were talking about the Reeve captains on stream giving like a strength and AP buff or something, I don't remember exactly what it was.
Just like bile sensitive thing.
I was like, oh, it does what? Because that's one of Bile's like big weaknesses is AP. So being able to give that a little short up.
Just have like an AP2 damage 3 weapon. That's all I'm really just like base 3 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single time they print an infantry data sheet, Biles is just like, ooh.
Well, yeah, basically.
These new Raptors looking.
I know the new Iron Warrior stuff looks good. That new Terminator guy looks chonky. He's hanging over that base. He's a big boy.
And Anthony, the real one. If we do get mutaliths that are just like swole as obliterators, but are still infantry and bile, and you can
Oh,
res them, will
dude.
that actually be good enough? I
Were
am very there for the concept.
cooking. Yeah, definitely. It would not be hard for Bile wants a rapid ingress threat so bad. So bad Bile wants a rapid ingress threat.
It's like 2x2 mutilators. You don't kill both of them, the game is over.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
so you didn't want this tank flipped from 25 inches away?
Oh god, I hope it's good. I hope it's good so bad. I hope, here's what I really hope. My deep hope is that mutilators or whatever the fuck they're called exist. And they are tuned such that Satan look reasonable. That would be optimal. If
They're just like damage 8 against the like anti-monster 2-up.
Yeah, if they were just
5.
like, oh, god damn it, guys, the Satan are so weak in a meta with these mutilators, and we just got the release order backwards, fucking sold. Brian, you can have World Eaters back. I'm gonna play CSM and keep it moving.
Sorry, once they fix the typo and update all of the red hexes guns to be damage 5, then
Yeah.
this meta will be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it really for preview material, though. They haven't really released anything
Anthony,
else.
were
The
you on
new
the show
ca-
last week?
No.
What did you think of the new Custodes? Let's do that.
Oh, for fuck God above, dude. All right, so woo! I think those Custodes models are the best thing that Games Workshop has literally ever made. I think those Custodes models are insane. Those Custodes models are so good that I'm in the middle of redoing like my Chaos armies as Black Legion, right? I reread the bunch of the Black Legion books. I had Jim read the Black Legion books. We read them together. Now we're moving all of my Chaos armies will be Black Legion going forward. So, to kind of go along with that idea, is that I've been looking for an excuse to not use 8-bound. I think the models are fine, but not super inspiring. You know who looks sick on a 40 mil now is those fucking new Custodes models. So we're going to do like a chaosified up version of those Custodes plus, maybe like use like the Reaver heads on them or something to do like, like a fallen human. But like, yeah, that's going to be my 8-bound now. So if you see me spamming 8-bound, folks, remember it's not because it's good. It's just because I really like those kits.
Fair.
So yeah, the new Custodes models are insane.
Yeah, they're enough that I was like, I'm probably gonna buy Custodes army.
I would play Custodes with those models in a fucking heartbeat if the rules were cool at all.
I think Anthony, by the way, is on record, Kara Quinn, who Anthony doesn't hate Custodes at all.
I want to like Custodes, in fact.
Yeah,
I love the idea of being able to play a power armor.
Wardens.
Yeah, a power armor enabled army that is like, mixed gender is fucking tight. I love that shit. I hate the dudes only part of Marines. But like I just don't like Custodes. They're just boring as fuck.
Like 4 women in Chaos Space Marines now.
Yeah, that's true. They're getting there. Progress.
There's like the one in Huron's thing. There's like the 2 in the Dark Commune.
The one lady that ascends to be basically a Chaos Marine in the bio books is super cool. More of that.
There you go. So there we go. Gender representation.
Yeah.
Christ.
It's also, otherwise, news has been slow. There's like a bunch of Dawn of War 4 news, though. They released a trailer today for Orcs, and it looks fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was cool. They're doing a really good job with that game. They're getting a lot of the like flavor stuff down really well. All the like in-game models look sick. It's just a matter of we'll see what the gameplay is actually like.
Yep.
They did confirm that the orcs are going to have the cheapest buildings. So yeah, so I foresee a lot of
Dawn of War 1.
Yeah.
It does seem like they're doing more like Dawn of War 1 with more base building stuff. It seems like more of a reversal back to that.
They're definitely going for that. This is going to
They
be
certainly
like
would not have wanted to do more Dawn of War 3. So
I will also say every video where I see an orc building fall from the sky like a fucking meteor is great.
yes.
Yeah, I think
Just a
orcs should get
meteor
that
of
in the
garbage.
rules. They should get an exact reprint of Orbital Drop Force, but for orcs. The Orbital Rock Force, I think it'd be great. I think they should do that.
Be the change you want to be in the world, Innes, and write rules for it just because.
I actually don't want to give Brian access to deep striking, like rapid ingress and gas breaks. So
Correct.
Fair.
I don't like that very much. Let's move on. Oh, maybe that's how I make 60 Crusaders playable in give them deep strike. Ooh. Deep strike 2 rap X's as well. Let's go. All right. Do we have like anything else we want to prevaricate about, or are we just like slow news week and none of us played 40k?
Nah, slow
kind of-
news week. Also, I got 12 minutes and then I gotta go. So
Sure. All right. Do we want to
Zip to questions.
Do we want to speed run any questions that specifically reference Anthony, and then I'll do the plugs?
Sure.
All right, let me go open our questions thread. You do the plugs while I do that.
Okay. Hey, everybody. We are about 45 minutes into the show. If you're enjoying it so far and you would like to, please remember to do all the social things. That's liking, commenting, subscribing, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the usual stuff. We hate saying it. You hate doing it, but it really does help. We do our best to read and respond to all your comments, and they do help us a bunch with direction. We even managed to get the End of the Matrix guys to buy and use new mics. Liam was legible, audible last episode. It was incredible. You know what I meant.
Just a half second of me being like,
well, I didn't say I was smart.
What was he doing on Enter the Matrix? He's just writing shit down and being like this.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw they had their own background. It was incredibly awful. I'm gonna put it on just because I want to steal.
Please
steal
don't.
Their,
it's really bad. No,
is it? It can't be that bad.
Oh,
Who made it?
Assume it was Typhus.
Nice.
I think that's a cat.
There's one question directly specifically
no
asking for Anthony's opinion.
Go for it. So yeah, if you appreciate the show and you want to support us a little bit more, check out patreon.com/statcheck or check out the YouTube membership program. It really does help us out with getting more content out to you guys. There should be another like the February preview video should be coming out this week. So I'll be getting that recorded and ready for you guys to go to think about your tournaments in February. That'll be members on, patrons only. If you want to check out the other shows on the network, like the newly refreshed and updated End of the Matrix, like Take Comers, and like Medicaid Frontiers, as well as all of our back episodes of other shows like XM1 and Champions of 40K, you can find that at youtube.com/statcheck. If you'd like to check out any of our sponsors, you can find all of the links in the description box below. That's Red Dragon, Whale and Jutani, J15 Games, and Saltar Games. There are discount codes for a bunch of them. Red Dragons is a patron-only discount code, so you can find that on patreon.com/statcheck again. And lastly, if you'd like to work with any of us as coaches, you can check out stat-check.com/coaching. There's a form you can fill out that, leave your details and information, and one of us will get back to you if you have a coach in mind. If you don't, drop us an email at coaching@stat-check.com. We'd be more than happy to work with you on anything except playing Necrons. If you want to play Necrons, you should. No, I'm kidding, of course. Come drop us a message. All right, hit us with a question just for Anthony.
Alex has a question, which is, hey, Anthony, are any details of how to POW, i.e. Necron list stuff, how to POW, i.e. Necron list stuff allowed to be shared? I would love to be the problem with my king and Catan.
I don't have anything super crazy that I want to put out just yet. But for the most part,
powerless go live.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. Your exact mix of trash is kind of up to you. You kind of have the option between playing Shatter or playing Pantheon. I've kind of narrowed it down to those two. I did take a brief pit stop and Awakened, but that ended up not being worth it in the end. But yeah, I think the Void Dragon is a fucking homeless loser with no job because I've played him several fucking times in like what should have been games where he was great. It was just like, yeah, just no invuln fucking T9 tanks running around, and he was just like, I don't kill it, I don't wanna. And I was like, fucking all right, dude.
It's 2s and 2s. Yeah,
I don't want 2 1s to hit, no 1 to wound, not enough damage on the damage to kill it. Fuck you. Oh god, I hate that model. So I am not planning to run the Void Dragon going forwards. I have a couple test games lined up where he gets another shot just because I had some ideas in the interim. But for the most part, I've been playing between 3 and 4 Catan. I can get up to 5 if I don't run the King. I've run the King a lot. He's better in some detachments than in others. He gets quite a lot from being Pantheon or from being Shatter.
-1 fucking damage on that guy is such a crime.
It's pretty rude, yeah. The better timing of the healing strat and Shatter does you some favors as well, on top of it being broadly a little bit more applicable. There's a lot of good stuff to run. It's a genuine, like, you can kind of take whatever and it'll do 90% of its job. My recommendation would be to build your list. It's very important in this specific space. Often it is not, at least in 10th bin. To build your list specific to what you're doing. What you take in singles may not be what you take in teams. For example, there is a lot of like things that you can take that'll smooth out your matchup curve, but it does make you significantly more vulnerable into stuff you can be largely immune to. Like you can make so much of the Necrons army -1 damage, right? That like once you start incorporating warrior units or wraith bricks or things of that nature, you open up new bad matchups because that part of your army is now vulnerable to a thing you were otherwise pretty immune to. All that to say, it might not matter in the end because the rest of your army might be enough to take it away. But yeah, those are the two detachments I've had the most success with so far. The reactive move is also pretty fucked in Shatter because a lot of the times people will screen you pretty precisely. And if you reactive into moving past them, which is usually an unexpected trick, they don't like that usually. They normally assume that, you know, the reactive moving unit will not go forward to go jump your screens. It's going to go backwards to get out of the way of the rest of your guns. But sometimes you can accomplish both of those things at the cost of a little bit of primary, and it's real worth it to do. So yeah, it's an interesting time. But
Great.
yep. Oh, we have a question from me in chat too.
Yep,
Sure.
Anthony, how do you play war leaders in this stat check meta now? Angron is back, baby. WE or BA?
The first answer is that you don't. So from my perspective, I was saying this the other day in Team USA, and we did not come up with a solution that made me happy. I think melee pressure is functionally a dead archetype right now. I think that the like all melee, no guns, and basically anything that's going to spend the overwhelming majority of its points on a melee-based profile whose goal is to be aggressive is basically dead in the water. There are some matchups where you can get away with it. For the most part, it's not a thing. I think the closest to being melee-based that you'll get at this point in a list that is like reasonably meta is Innis's Templar list. It spends a bunch of points on melee units. Forget not the 2 rep X's behind them, though. So yeah, if I had to pick between the two, between Eaters and BA, I'd probably play BA because it has a little bit smoother of a matchup curve, but it has a similar problem into a bunch of the field. It's just a little bit more straightforward to play. So if I didn't already have a bunch of Eaters experience, I would recommend people play BA.
I think World Eaters is basically trolling right now. Like, as you said, the 4 best armies in the game just kind of shit on it, right?
I mean, that's true for BA as well, right? All 4 of those things that are red for World Eaters are also reds for BA.
I think Sint is a little more manageable. But...
Sint is much less manageable for BA than it is for Eaters.
Okay.
I've tried that one both ways.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's like you might get a 3 as Eaters. There are patterns to a 3, but as BA, you're just a dead man.
Fair enough.
Obviously, all the usual caveats of equal skill execution, no mistakes,
Sure.
etc., etc.
Just play Ultramarines.
Or you could just do that and then it doesn't fucking matter at all. But yeah, I genuinely believe melee pressure to be like just a dead archetype right now. The last couple of releases, they've been kind of slowly eroding its like singles performance as time went on. That has now caught on into teams. I fully do not believe melee pressure is a worthwhile archetype to pursue.
There we go. All right, Anthony, we shall let you love us and leave us.
Yes.
Thank you for joining, and we shall catch you next week.
Later, folks. Hopefully March is better. Until then, have fun playing Necrons. Bye.
Thanks, Anthony. All right. Shall we do the rest of the questions?
Yes, we will go back to the top of the questions. David says, I'm the nemesis of Lars. Who are your nemesis?
Anthony.
Anthony. Innis is my nemesis. I've decided that.
That seems harsh.
It's because you psychically convinced me to heroic that one time when I shouldn't have. So
it was a great plan.
It was a great play on your part and a terrible one on mine.
I said it was a great plan from you.
All right. Then Sam Pope says, hi, everyone. I am Sam Pope. For some reason,
are you
saying
sure?
it that way makes me think that you're not. What the heck? What the freak? Huh? Question. I don't know how to answer this question. Do you know how to answer this question?
I think you should go for it, Sam. I think if you don't go for it, you'll regret it for the rest of your life.
All right. Pissby has the next question, which is: Art of War convinced me to play again 3 Reductive Saboteurs. Any suggestions for the detachment?
Pantheon of Woe. But by the stats, the best attachment for Gene Circle right now appears to be Biosanctic. I'm unsure I believe them, but I will be doing a much more deep dive into Biosanctic because I'll be doing the Goonhammer article for it. If you were going to force me to play GSC right now, I think I would probably just still play host, and I'd just be sad about it. I know Alex McDougall had a good run with Final Day. Maybe you could get away with it there, but you have pretty good turret non-op access, so I'm not sure I would bother. The Reductive Saboteur is really good as a one-of. People are generally quite good at playing around the second Saboteur bomb. Like if they're going to have to trigger one, most players are good enough to recognize that they will also be able to trigger the second at the same time, so they can kill both of them at the same time. You don't usually get a ton of value out of that, so you have to have like a pretty dedicated plan for it. Outlander Claw does, which is like cycling them in and out of trucks and interacting with them and getting rerolls on the off turn and stuff like that, which is like probably if you were like dedicatedly trying to play 3 Saboteurs, Outlander Claw is probably the place to do it.
Next question is from Lucas, which is, do you have any tips for flying with an army for the first time? Carry it on. Get a case that rated for carry on as well. It's the easiest way to do it. Yep. Pack a little extra packing material in with your army. I've traveled with magnet cases, and they did fine. I just put some packing material inside in case they decided to fall over. But find a carrying case that fits in the overhead compartment. Check the rest of your stuff.
Yeah, GW Crusade case fits. I have the KR multi-case, like the backpack that takes 2 slots, that fits in overhead. If you're taking like a smaller army, you can usually do like clothes in one half and then a case in the other. That's been good for me for traveling for like local stuff in Europe. And I'm pretty sure like the battle foam and stuff like that will all fit like as standard. And the same thing with like the Magnarex.
I think the Magnarex and the battle foam 452 both fit. It's like the 452 or 540 or something like that. One of them specifically fits, and it says so in the description for the case for battle foam. Frank has 2 questions versus Innis. If you haven't mentioned it earlier, how's BTF been treating you? Do you see a world where you drop the tanks for more dudes?
I could see it, but I've been really, really liking the tanks, and I think they're really important in the current metagame to have some form of shooting pressure. I would not enjoy playing it as a pure melee army. I think the true benefit that I've had is being able to be mixed arms pressure and having multiple transports to like do shenanigans with. I've found that I broadly haven't liked the 60 Crusader builds, and I found that the more nuance you play with, the better the detachment seems to be for me. But yeah, I've not played a ton this last week because I've been in London and hanging out with my sister and stuff. So.
And then the second question is also, since Black Templar is drowning in leader options, who are your ideal leaders for big Crusader bricks after Helbrecht?
I like Helbrecht plus Lieutenant. I could see doing Helbrecht and Castellan because it makes it a little bit better on the off turn. I don't hate Marshal Lieutenant. I don't hate Marshal Castellan. I like the cheap and cheerful of Marshal Lieutenant as just like, it just goes in, it does its job. Yeah, it's not real in ones, but like whatever. It keeps your CP cost a little lower, and I find that the detachment can be quite CP hungry. I don't hate the 20 with Grimaldus. I found that one has been okay. But I think, yeah. I've also tried one with the Judicar. That was quite solid. And I've tried Marshal Crusade Ancient, I think was the one, with the Fight on Death. If you're trying to play like 3 or 4 bricks, having like one with Fight First or one with Fight on Death can be quite valuable. But it really depends what exactly you're trying to get out of it. And like, are you able to play Calidus and things like that, right? It changes like the dynamic of how you want to interact with the fight phase.
Cool. The next question is from Kara Quinn, which is, so with our Kron Overlords, is the meta overreacting with tank shooting or hordes, or is it more nuanced?
I think some horde armies can be reasonably well positioned to the Necrons. I wouldn't be surprised to see like ACDC, Horde Nids, Horde GSC, stuff like that, right? Because you could kind of out-OC them. I know it's a bit of a meme, right? Like just stand in the circles with them because they have other stuff on the list. But if you're playing an army that can like actually kill their support pieces and can, to some degree, make the Catan life miserable, there is potential there. I think big tank shooting is generally also quite good into them, right? Like we saw that from the stats that like Sisters had a passable win rate into them, right? If you're playing, 10 to 15 Retributors and some other shooting Vol and things like that, right? Like you can probably step past the stat check of Catan. I wouldn't be surprised to see that be a solid and interesting option. And like Marines are probably going to do it. Did Nemo win an event with Recon? Probably. I assume so. Yeah. Nemo wins everything with Recon, right? Like most people aren't equipped. Most people aren't good at dealing with that amount of bodies. But it's an army that you have to be very good at in order to want to put on the table. You probably don't just go out there and pick up a horde army on a whim.
Fair enough. I mean, that's also, yeah. There's a number of skills for playing a horde army that are just very horde army specific. Playing on a clock with a horde army and not having practiced it extensively is real bad for you.
Yes, agreed.
Davlos rather has the next question, which is team event at Thailand this weekend is going to be a blast. Phuket Primarchs deserve a shutout for going over and beyond anything that is reasonably expected of TOs. It's almost on the level of professional cons, if not the same. How do you expect the Stat Check and Art of War teams to perform in this event? Who's on?
Obviously, so the Stat Check team is Josh and Nathan Roberts. It is Uncle Asshole and Typhus from Poland, and it is.
Who is Uncle Asshole?
I don't really know. And I'm blanking. Brian is on Team Stat Check, and Lewis Smith, maybe? No, I actually don't know. Yeah. I think Lewis Smith is right.
Yep.
And then the Art of War team is. Let me run through. So the Stat Check team is. Andre Bells, who's Uncle Asshole, playing Tyranids, Brian playing Chaos Demons, Josh playing Necrons, Lewis playing Tau, Nathan playing Space Marines, and it's Typhus playing Sisters. Yeah. And then the Art of War team is not actually called Art of War. They are the Surrey Primarchs. That's Ben Jurek playing Necrons, Jeff Legg playing Adeptus Custodes, Greg Chamberlain playing Leagues of Votan, Jerome Connolly playing Astra Militarum, Michael Mann playing Chaos Demons, and Nick Nanavati playing Space Marines. Nick playing Space Marines is like genuinely a oh god, that's a canary in the coal mine. Canary in the coal mine.
That hurts my soul. I think the Stat Check team is better composed.
I'm rooting for the Stat Check team 100%. They have Tyranids. They're braver than I.
All right. And then the next question is from Alternative Clover, which is for all the hosts. I've recently been elected to the position of bad man in quotation marks at our local store, and I'm now in charge of trying to make sure the out-of-towners stop crushing our events every time they come in. As such, I have recently acquired 3 boxes of Swooping Hawks and Baharoth. What's everyone's preferred detachment to run these in? I think
Aspect
Host. You just have to.
Warhost is fine, but Aspect Host is better. I think.
Isaac Pot of Greed has the next question, which is favorite comfort video game outside of TTS. LOL.
Mostly I've been playing Slice and Dice on my phone. I think that's about it. Which is like a dice rolling roguelike because I don't roll enough dice in real life. What was my other comfort game? Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I just kind of like cycle through like a roguelike that I play religiously for 3 months and then ditch. That seems to be the way my life goes now for video games.
I've been playing Fallout New Vegas again, which has been fun. I enjoy the Fallout games and like large, epic kind of scale RPGs like that where I get to wander around.
I never finished Skyrim or Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3.
I 100% all those games. I just like keep wandering. It annoys people like my wife who watch me play video games because I just am looking in like every corner of every map that's ever existed while doing it.
I can tell you how far I got into Skyrim. No recorded activity. Last played September 24th, 2014. Playtime 21.6 hours. And I got really bored.
I've played Mass Effect and mined like every world and stuff like that. It drives other people insane, I know, but I do it anyways just because I can.
We're Space Marine Draft Dennis. It's a TBD. I need to have the bandwidth to sit and do that, but I've been busy being in London. It will happen, I promise.
Does Typhus have triple exorcist in his list?
I don't know, but I can tell you. I hope not. I hope he's smarter than that.
It's going to turn out he's not smarter than that.
No, I would be shocked if Typhus was smarter than anything. I love Typhus dearly, but he is playing Hallowed Martyr, so it's the list broadly going to be the list he played for Poland teams, I believe. Yeah, so it's Saintly Example Canoness, Demonifuge, Dialogus, Hospitaller, Junith, Priest, Morven Val, Palatine with 3 Suffering Sacrifice in the Triumph, Rhino, 23 Arcoflagellants, 20 Sacrosants, 1 Paragons, 1 Retributors, 1 Sanctifiers. Behold the new Sisters medic.
And then we have a super chat.
Hell yeah.
The super chat. Thank you to Lowrider MX for the $5 super chat. Is it worth it to consider coaching if I can only play an average of 2 games a month, but I want to stop placing second from the bottom at tourneys, RTTs, and GTs?
So it depends what you're looking to get out of it. I certainly wouldn't say that you're going to be wanting to look at doing like, a coaching call every week or every other week, but reaching out to someone and being like, hey, I want to improve and I'm willing to put some time in. And then, like going in and, doing maybe like a call after an RTT to recap it and review and stuff like that, like you'll probably find that valuable if that's a thing that you have the the spare funds to be willing to do. You're going to get a lot better playing, and you can certainly do all that stuff by practicing with your locals and stuff like that. But if you're not finding you're learning in that situation, but you want to be, yeah, reaching out to a coach is totally a reasonable choice in that situation. But it's not the only way to grow.
And the last question that I saw was, when are pirate lists out?
I don't know because I'm not going. I don't think submission is until like the 17th. So I would imagine if they're out, it will be like a couple days after, if they're even public, because it's a nation's pyra, so they might not even go out publicly.
And then that is all of our questions for this week. So
let's have a nice short episode so I can go to bed at a reasonable time.
Yep, I'm just going to do our last thing. Yeah,
let's do it, Nathan. So as everyone knows, if you want to be a member of the Cult of the High Five, you just have to subscribe at the $15 a month tier, and you'll get your name read out of the show. When's my next event? I'm at UKTC Manchester at the end of next month. That's my plan. So I finish up here in London on the 18th. I'm traveling back to Scotland, then coming down for UKTC Manchester. And then after that, I think it's Euro Trash and some events in Scotland and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Nathan doesn't play Warhammer, so.
And it's true. I might play an RGT or something. I might go to Adepticon because it's in Milwaukee. That's about it.
That's fair.
All right. I'm going to do the Cult of High Five callouts then. If you enjoy the tier, you get thanked at the end of every episode. Before I do that, I will shout out Art of War Down Under. I did the episode with Adam Camilleri, and it just released, I think, today or last night. And if you join his Patreon, you get the second part where me and Adam just kind of shoot the shit. But otherwise, it's a stats-based faction tier list, so go enjoy. Art of War Down Under makes probably the only 40K content that I listen to outside of our own on StatCheck.
I actually am looking for suggestions on 40K content. If anyone knows anybody that does like event recaps and breakdowns and stuff like that of events they went to, I've been really enjoying watching them in other, like in Magic and stuff like that, and I would love to do more in 40K. So if you know anyone who does like, hey, I went to this tournament, I played these 5 games, and this is how it went, like I would be interested in seeing some more stuff like that. So shoot me a recommendation if you've got one.
Also, book recommendations for Innes, so you can keep adding to that pile of books he's reading.
Yeah, I have like the second and third Warden books on the way, and I've got Strength of the Fury to go. But that's all I brought down with me. So I am definitely up for grabbing a couple more because I should probably just get ebooks, but I'll buy the books and then just not be able to take them back home with me.
Just leave them on a table somewhere. I love Scary dearly, Crispy Kale.
Scari's content for that isn't quite what I'm looking for. Like Scari's recaps are like 16 minutes, 16, 20, 30 minutes long. I'm looking for more like, hey, this is an hour-long breakdown of the tournament. Scari's recaps are really good, and I enjoy watching them, but they're not quite what I'm looking for, I don't think.
I think Innes is saying preferably in English.
If they have it in Scots, I will give it a solid.
Innes is the only Scot I've met who speaks English, so there you go.
It's true. I'm the only one that can. I'm the appointed representative. All right.
Call-outs. Thank you to Christopher. Innes, the cats have escaped. They've been called up to join a band of cats who are taking back their mountain, Brian's clothes, home. Irvine. Dear God. Thank you to Will Weeks. Thank you to Dan F. Thank you to Luke. Harridan's taking the subway straight to a GT win. Amazing. They did a great job. Thank you to David Shrug Emoji Clark. Thank you to Exhausted. Thank you to James H. Thank you to Colton, Dan F. Miller. Thank you to Fungus. Thank you to John V8 Gang. Oh boy, I sure do hope 2 of my 3 armies don't get chopped in half by legends in 5 months. Thank you to Cam, F. Dan Morton, Hog Emoji. Thank you to Lady Malice's Footstool. Thank you to Josiah Gattle. Thank you to Grizzled Frankie. Thank you to Isaac. Tonight on StatCheck, Nathan was not boring. He is my favorite. Anthony left like my father, and Innes recommended the well-known GSC detachment, Pantheon of Woe, Tirada. These recaps are quite nice. I enjoy them.
They're great. This is basically like a better version of the AI recap that YouTube insists we have.
It's at least funny.
It is.
Thank you to
Isaac is better than AI. I'm willing to give him that.
That's good. That's high praise from Innes for Isaac. Thank you to Sloth.
Damning for AI, though.
True. I'm not saying a thing can be 2 things, Innes. A thing can be 2 things. Thank you to sloths who used to be aquatic animals. They swim faster than they walk. I believe it.
Oh,
thank you to Thomas. Turns out cat scratch fever is a real thing for Quasian. It's true. That is true. Don't get bit or scratched by your cat. They can give you bad things.
I will try to get Brian's cat either.
Thank you to Steven. No matter how many funny rules you put on Lich garbage, they still feel pathetic, Ross. That's true. Thank you to Tom Gorgoncon, Submarine Services H. Thank you to going to have to roll a 4++ to see if I survive my wife finding out I'm getting 3 of the Heresy Custodes boxes. Just roll 4s. How hard could it be? You're getting
also
practice.
Get at least 2, but potentially 3.
Thank you to Hope they removed the ice from my roads. Thank you to Floof. Happy holidays to the Stat Check crew. I hope you know what a positive influence you all have been. Also, Slugbutt Cox. Thank you.
That's
Floof.
great, Floof. I also hope they get the ice off your roads.
Thank you to Come With Me on a Gucci Adventure trademarked. Thank you to Nerfed for Crimes Committed by Better Players. Thank you to John Garza. Thank you to Henry. Penguins have knees, the wizard. I don't believe you, actually. I don't believe you that penguins have knees.
I believe that penguins will have knees and can wander off into the middle distance. These plants, by the way, are all fake because the cats would devour them, is what I was told. So
That's really, I like that. Thank you to Penny the Penguin. We will be very sad if Stat Check ends. Please do not make Penny the Penguin sad. This is your penguin fact. And thank you to Matthew, Paint Engine Aficionado, having too much fun with Grand Coven, which I'm going to move back up to next to your name because otherwise it confuses me.
someone else did a penguin fact that wasn't penguin fact guy.
No, it's just Penny the Penguin.
But someone else
Penny
did a
the
penguin
Penguin
fact about the penguins having knees.
No, that was Henry. I said
that was the same.
Henry.
That was the same.
Yeah.
I was worried someone was appropriating his culture.
No. Only Penny the Penguin can appropriate Henry the Penguin.
That's good.
Seth, noted veterinary medicine doctor and master of all birds, says that penguins do have knees. It's good. I'm glad that we have some outside confirmation.
Are we in the shoot the shit phase now? We have
We are.
We should probably run to at least 75 minutes, right?
We can run to 75 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
I think that would be a reasonable amount of time to run the show for.
Yeah. Do you have any content you want to make? You're making with other people coming up?
The content I'm making with other people, no. I think this week I'm gonna do I think I have a bunch of time tomorrow, so I'm gonna do the next month preview recap. I'm doing an article for Goonhammer, and then I might try to make something for the main channel this week as well, because I've not done anything for the main channel in a while. I'll maybe do one of the detachment breakdowns, stuff like that on Saturday or Sunday if I've got time, because we've not done one of those in a while, and I think people broadly responded well to the Grey Knight one. So yeah, I should have some time to do some stuff, depending entirely on how much I take advantage of a weekend in London. I've watched Juicy already, Isaac. He's in our Discord. That's fine. Paul's bad at stuffs ones, as someone else mentioned, are also not entirely what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who's got a little more competitive bite to them than Paul does. Not that I think Paul. I've watched Paul's reports and they're great entertainment value. But I'm a lot of what I'm looking at here is other people who are doing the same kinds of ones that I was doing, and kind of getting some ideas and taking some inspiration, because it's the kind of content. A lot of the stuff that we do on StatCheck is us trying to do the trying to make the content we would want to watch, right? I think that's kind of the stated goal of StatCheck. So I'm kind of interested in having a look at other people doing that stuff and seeing what else exists in the space. I was just kind of looking for another competitive 40K podcast to listen to, and once I got past Art of War and Fireside, I didn't really find anything super interesting when I was scrolling YouTube. And I thought that was a shame, and I should try to broaden my horizons a bit more, because I only listen to the same 3 people talk about 40K nowadays at this point. So I thought it'd be interesting to have a look around a little bit.
I think after those, a lot of what you get,
the 100%
Medicaid's orders type shows.
There's anyone,
a lot of variety shows at that point.
Yeah, exactly. But I was is there anyone out there doing those even intermittently after events, not consistently? I think it would still be interesting to have a look at.
We do have a Medicai's orders this week for people who are interested. I know
I don't watch Medicai's orders. You guys are not.
We're fucking crazy, is what we are.
I love you all.
I love Innes off the cuff telling us how much we matter to him. It's great. It's amazing. Is one of the people.
I do not watch Ed of the Matrix because the combination of all of them gives me a headache. I just have to imagine. I just think too much about what they are all in person, and it drives me nuts thinking about them interacting, and then me willingly subjecting myself to more of it. Sam Pope does do great stuff. I have watched everything Sam does. I think Sam is wonderful, even if I don't always agree with him, which I think is part of the fun, right? Having different perspectives on things, I think, is an enjoyable part of this. One of the things that I've enjoyed from kind of the three years of coaching that I've been doing is that people have a lot of different ways to approach this game, and there's not a right or wrong answer to it. There's just different ways to think about things. And Sam has a very different brain to me for a lot of the things he thinks about, and I think that makes it interesting to think about what he says and think about why he says it and why I don't agree. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's a lot of the fun.
Yeah. Otherwise, people should put recommendations for things Innis should do this
They
weekend.
should.
Then
Please don't recommend me tournament live streams. I can only watch tournament live streams while they're live. I just can't watch them afterwards. If they're not live and I can't like watch it while I'm doing something, I can't sit and watch a tournament stream game. I don't really, unless it's like
I can't watch them either. I will listen to them while doing something else.
I don't mind it if it's live. Once I know the result of the game, I kind of don't want to do it anymore. Like I don't mind reviewing them for clients and stuff like that. It's a little different, or for myself, like when I review my own stream games. But like putting one on after the fact is not something I can sit and do. There are so many things I can watch. I mean, we're watching like half of all of the jet lag hide and seek stuff this week, which has been super fun because the hide and seek UK finishes up on Wednesday, and I was like, oh, I'll catch up on the other ones while I'm waiting for it. Nice. That's been fun. But yeah, mostly this comes from I've been watching a bunch of Magic content and being like, oh man, a bunch of people do like really good breakdowns of events, stuff like that. I want more of this in 40k.
Magic definitely has a more mature content.
Like 100%. But that doesn't mean that there aren't people out there doing similar things that I can take advantage of. And I would like to see more of it.
Agreed. There's like so much Magic content when I was looking for
I've been watching,
I was like get buried in it.
What's it called? I was watching one of a guy who does like pretty irreverent like post content for like Pro Tours and stuff like that. I want to say it was like Sam Board or something like that. I really enjoyed that. Oh, the Core Lord of Skulls guy does great recap videos as well. I've been watching all of those. I know I shared him out a couple months ago, and I think he has more subscribers than us, so I feel like it's not really a shout out. But he did another one with like he played like 100 games with his 3 Core Lord of Skulls list, and like talked about a bunch of the like the learnings he had from that, and I thought that was super super great.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't consume very much content anymore, unfortunately. It's just not where I'm at.
That's fair. Sam Bogue, he did a bunch of stuff about a bunch of Pro Tours he did recently. They're very irreverent. They're definitely not like super highbrow content, but I thought they were really enjoyable. Nice. It's very much like I would compare it very much to like $1 Billion Clown Farm. If anyone's watched that 40k content, it's like a magic-y. It's like it's not as grungy, but like very much that kind of Magic style, that kind of 40k style content, but in Magic.
Nice. I like that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, Tyler does great stuff as well from $1 Billion Clown Farm. There's so many great 40k creators in this space as well, man. I love how much more scope there is for people to be themselves in weird and interesting ways now that the game's grown so much and there's so much more support out there for more niche content.
Yep. I love.
Frankly, we benefit so strongly from this scene growing.
We benefit a lot from that, Innis. Yeah, I mean, I love all the hobby content that exists out there. It's just very different from game content in a lot of ways. I consume a lot more hobby content than I consume game content at this point.
I end up watching a lot of hobby content because there's not a ton else to watch a lot of the time. So I end up having like Eons of Battle or stuff like that, just like kind of rolling in the background and not really watching or paying attention to it. But it's always fun to see people's ideas on like, oh, okay, I converted this model and done this cool thing, right? Every time I look at someone who's done like the Titanfall Ghost skills, I'm like, I should start a Tau Army. But it's very much a different experience.
I've been very slowly like trying to improve my hobby skills. So it's been a lot of fun to learn just a ton of stuff. There's a lot of really, really good hobby streamers out there who do really good work.
I wish I cared like 5% more about the hobby, but it really is just a case of getting miniatures on the table for me a lot of the time.
That's fair.
And I don't really mind that, but it certainly is like I could do better.
Sure.
I ended up massively over battle damaging my last squad of assault intercessors because they were just on my desk and I had nothing else to do. So I just kept adding battle damage to them.
That seems appropriate for assault intercessors, though. They seem like they would just never have paint on them.
They were on my desk and my knife was there, and I was just like, oh, I just sat there like doing something. I was just like, I'll just play with this guy and add like 17 more bits of battle damage to him. They're gonna look like they're Necron models by the time I'm done with them.
Look, that assault intercessor has fought more things at close range than anybody else. They also crash into them and cause mortal wounds. Oh, that's assault intercessor with jump packs. It's a different day sheet. Yeah. Don't appropriate their identity. Assault intercessors should also do charge mortals. That'd be great. I would be very. That would be cool. Would you replace reroll wounds with that?
No, absolutely.
No, I don't think so.
What? I just think they should get to have both. They should get to have both and be -1 damage. Then they'd be almost as good as a Catan.
Maybe, I suppose. Almost, kind of, not really. Yes, the hobby guys are way ahead on viewers and subs, to be honest. And that is,
you know what? I think that's fair enough because anyone can enjoy hobby content. Like I can sit and watch people doing like there's a guy who's doing like YouTube shorts of him like repainting his like Pokemon miniatures collection that he found, and it's popped on my feed. It's like, that guy's great, right? Like you can enjoy that despite not being in that hobby, right? And I imagine that 40K is very similar, right? You can see someone painting a model and doing a bunch of techniques and being really cool and be like, that's a thing I can enjoy. I can share that around. Like in mini painting in any game is going to find value and stuff like that, right? Whether you're painting, the new StarCraft miniatures or D&D models or anything like that, like you're going to be looking for, if you're looking to do it better, you're looking at techniques, you're looking at ideas. That seems very like easy to, it's so much easier to digest, right? Everyone that plays 40K or everyone that engaged with 40K to some degree probably paints at least a little bit, right? I don't know many people who collect but don't paint. I know lots of people who collect but don't play. Whereas we're like, once you then dive into like, okay, people who are interested enough in the game to watch, channels like Play on Tabletop or Tabletop Titans and stuff like that is a sub niche of that niche. And then we're a sub niche of the sub niche of people who care enough about that to care about doing well at it. That's very much where we're trying to be. And we're incredibly honored that there's enough of you out there to support us running this channel and, doing competitive coaching and all that kind of stuff. But we're a subgenre of a subgenre, right? And there are, like, it's incredibly impressive seeing channels like Art of War hit 100,000 subscribers because they're just like, they've broadened their appeal enough that while being competitive, they're doing it in a way that draws in a lot of eyes, people who just want to see people play the game taken seriously. Mike Pestilence from Warhammer did a really good article recently, which was about like the idea that competitive and casual don't have to be at odds, which like 100% is a thing that we all kind of know, right? But he was talking about how one of the things that exists, like the way that we can kind of think about it in space is like the three axis of like how competitively you're taking the game, how like seriously you're taking the game, and like how narratively you're doing. Like there was a couple of different things I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to like spew his article out badly, but basically he was saying that there's like this very big missing gap in 40K content for like casual but serious content, like for like basically content that takes the game seriously but is applying it to different strictures than competitive play. And I think the Art of War have done a pretty good job of putting some of their content into that space where they have like amazing looking armies played seriously, but played for fun in the right spirit, right? Rather than just being purely competitive niche. And I know that Art of War have some of that on their live channel and they put some of the more competitive stuff behind their membership wall and stuff like that, right? Which is great. I 100% get that bag, guys, right? But that kind of idea of there's not a ton out there there's plenty of gameplay video out there for people who are like, oh, I don't want to take the game super seriously. Oh, we'll fudge things. We'll, make things work to, we'll get the rules wrong, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're here to have fun, right? I got back into 4K watching mini wargaming, right? Like I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it was highbrow competitive content, but it was what existed at the time. I think there's a really interesting niche in there for like, okay, someone doing like, hey, we're going to take this game as seriously as we can do. We're going to play it competitively. We're going to try to win, but changing the parameters of what winning is, right? Doing like super high quality last stand missions where people try to write that narrative content with, beautiful boards into that. I think it'd be a really interesting place for people to explore. And Mike pointing it out was the first thing that made me think about that. And I think that'd be really interesting. And I think Art of War have done a good job of like putting themselves into that position. And that's why they're one of the biggest gameplay channels out there now. I think they're doing absolute numbers. And, more power to them for it.
Yeah, I think people tend to forget that competitive 40K is like 10% of the 40K player base, like maybe 20% if you push it. When we did some of the analysis with like how many people play multiple 40K GT plus sized events, it was like 2/3 of people play one GT sized event a year, and that's it. Like most of the data set is people who play only once a year.
And we're talking like, and that's within the competitive subset for people who are willing to go to 2-day events. We're then talking like we're a subset of the people who are willing to do events in general, which is like the population that play RTTs, which is going to be like the ITC sample size of data, which is probably like 2 to 5 times the size of our data set based on rough numbers. And then you're going to compare that to people who just play at home, which I have to imagine, like I know that from Magic, the rough math was that like 10% of people do like 90% of people just play in their house or with their friends, and then like 10% of people do like store events and things like that, right? And I think I don't want to say that Magic's number is going to be identical to 40K's, but even if you ballpark it that it's between 10 to 1 and 5 to 1, the game is so much bigger than we give it credit for, right? And I think that's, sorry, 1 second. Cat's trying to get something off the floor. And it needs to not do that. so it doesn't do silly things.
I mean, it's good to keep that in our collective consciousness while we talk about like everything that we talk about. When we talk about GT plus size events, it's a small subset, and most of the games being played every weekend, and then even more of the games played on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, on weekends and during the week are just games in people's basements.
I would
garages,
actually be surprised if that was strictly true. I think the amount of games that are played at tournaments, the amount of games that the people who are, the 10% of people that do tournaments play, probably roughly matches the rest of them, because the amount of people who are playing, 8-hour narrative games, or playing, 2 games in a weekend while shooting the shit over beer is just like, it doesn't compare to playing like 5 games in 15 hours, right? It's just not the.
It's interesting because I definitely see like in local game stores, like at the end of the day, that most of those spaces are booked every weekend for people playing games, like even if they're not playing events. So I don't know. I think it's
that's fair. And I think it's one of those days
probably similar.
Like Goonhammer will have a better view on it, right? As Valentine says in the chat,
Yeah.
because they have the tabletop battles data, and like the tabletop battles data is people who are enfranchised enough to go looking for an app to keep score for 40k and are playing GT pack missions, probably, right? Like that is, again,
you're already focusing in a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. You're already narrowing your subset of people, which I think is great, right? The fact that there is enough people out there playing this game to support, channels like us existing is great. I love it.
And the game only keeps getting more popular is also the truth of it. Like there are more people entering the competitive space all the time.
Yeah, and I think again we're looking at Warhammer, we're looking at 40k Total War, we're looking at Dawn of War 4. There's the Amazon TV show stuff. Like it's only, I can't imagine it's going to slow down in, know, the fact that it is growing. Whether the speed of growth continues, it remains to be seen. But the fact that it will continue to grow and that some of those people will be interested. I know a lot of people come into like looking at competitive 40k off the back of they were competitive in a sport when they were younger and they got into a new hobby that's maybe a hobby they had when they were a teenager or whatever. But they're like, I used to play rugby or baseball or whatever, right, competitively. I still want to be competitive, but I'm no longer in a physical space where I'm able to do that, but I can still be competitive in this other thing. Right. And I think 40k, we've seen the same thing with, like chess and Magic and, all these other games. I think 40k is prime for that because it gives people a chance to, flex their competitiveness in a different way because people like being good at things, right? I think that's ultimately what the heart of competitiveness is for 40k, right? It's people like being good at the thing they spend time on. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just becomes a case of only so many people are willing to put that effort in.
You don't even have to be a tournament player to be competitive. You like your competitiveness in a 40k player or anything is just like about a mindset.
100%. But I think there is, for a lot of people, the visibleness is, is impactful to that, right? Like knowing that you yourself are competitive is great, but showing that you're competitive and, like displaying it is an important part of that, I think.
I mean, for me, like I originally started playing into this because I was looking for a hobby activity that was going to get me out, meet people, and like be able a little bit more creative because I worked as a graduate student in a lab all day, only flexing one side of my brain and never doing anything else, and only knowing people who were in my cohort.
To do instead of WoW,
yeah.
I got into 40k because I was addicted to League of Legends. I needed something to do that got me out of my room, and I needed something that I couldn't play at 3 a.m. And TTS ruined that one.
True. TTS has ruined a lot of things about that. And like, I don't know. I think
it's all easier. One day TTS will get past my League of Legends numbers and I'll be very, very proud of myself. But
I don't know if pride is the right word that I would use. We have 2 starred things, and then we have managed to get up to 90 minutes, which is impressive.
That was the goal. I figured if we just shot the shit, it'd be all right.
It might be that me and Innes actually enjoy talking to each other and just talking to the
That doesn't sound right.
That might be true. Ben Jurek said, thank you for the $2 super chat. Will you playtest the StarCraft minis game with me?
Probably not.
I might. I don't know if you could do it on TTS, but I would probably just give it a shot. Like give it a
I don't know. I never really played StarCraft. I liked Warcraft. I tried Brood War once and I was like, I'm not very good at this. My hands are stupid. So I can't really play video games anymore that require like any form of Twitch reactions. And StarCraft was the motherfucker of that. So I just never really got into it. So the IP is nothing to me.
We used to play no rush 20 minutes when I played StarCraft originally, and like the StarCraft 1 days when we did LAN. So nobody would be able to do anything, and then we just have these giant end of mission armies, like late game
I
armies.
used to
and just
turn on
beat
the
shit
cheats to beat the
out of each other
campaign in
with
Age of
battles.
Empires too, but I was like 7.
I don't want to say about how old I was. I don't even. That's not necessary. And then, thank you to James and Manlanget for the $5 New Zealand. This year, I'm toning down on tabletop games. I want to do other things, but it's always nice to listen to you guys. Thank you, James.
Well, it's nice, and I hope you're toning down. Helps you find a healthier place in your work-life balance, because it's very important to do all the things you enjoy, not just some of them.
And then Ritter, it's more than 169 episodes. We've been making the show for Fight Club days as well, which I think is over 200 episodes.
That was
Like
20.
220.
We did 20 episodes of Fight Club.
Was it only 20?
It was only 20 episodes of Fight Club.
Damn. I thought it was
But
more
we've
than
done
that
enough
for some
bonus content with each other on top of that,
True.
and we've missed it up. We've all missed enough shows that it's probably like, you know, like
200.
a couple hundred hours of content with each other.
Yeah.
That's probably fine. Probably nothing. No, on top of the, like, you know, days we spent in each other's presence. That's fine.
Also true.
I don't want to like you that much.
Yes, big game hunters, quick resources, no rush 20. Exactly. The best way to play StarCraft.
I used to play Undead in Warcraft 3, and then I would put one of each AI, like one of each race, and then I would have a Banshee go and steal a worker from all of them, so I could build all of the 4-faction super units in like an easy free for all game. And I would have like I would have all 4 races super units at the same time, and then I would kill everybody one by one, and it would take me like 4 hours, and I could not imagine a more mind-numbing use of time. But also, it was 2003. What else was there to do?
That's true. I won't lie. That's also how I played Warcraft 3. I was like, I'm going to go get my character, and then I'm going to get their ultimates going, and then I'm going to get a field of frost dragons.
I want
and we're
everyone
just
to be
fucking
level 10.
annihilate people.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's going to be max level.
I'm going to spend 30 hours on one free build file in Stronghold so that I can have the perfect castle with
exactly
no taxes, because apparently I was a communist even back then.
100%.
Everyone must be maximally happy all the time. I will spam these goddamn gardens.
I can't imagine doing that anymore either, like you said, Ines. I can't imagine spending an entire like 6 hours in front of one game of Warcraft 3 just to max out frost dragons anymore, which is a shame. Those were simpler days.
Back when I had an attention span. Yeah.
True. Yeah, my attention span has gradually gotten chipped away at, where I was sitting today looking at like papers for network analysis and things like that for work. And my brain was like, but I could sort magic cards like repeatedly.
Sometimes I catch myself like skimming a page of a book now, and I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not reading these words. Go back. Go and read it.
It's true. I definitely would go back, and I have to stop myself, go back and reread a whole page, because I realize, like I'm fast reading. There's no reason to fast read. Well, I've got time.
I don't know if I think I spoke about this in the comment section, but someone was like, you were talking about like how jealous you were if I fast read. I don't have an internal monologue, so I just go, the words just happen. So like there's no, if I start skimming, there's no like feedback loop. I'm just not intaking information. So I don't like suddenly stop hearing the words or stop reading it to myself. I'm doing the same thing, but without inputting information. So I have to like consciously go like, no, I need to go back and actually read the words. So it's a gift and a curse occasionally.
I will also say that StarCraft was my first foray into content. I used to watch YouTube streamers from it, not Jeff Robinson, but it has a number in it. It's like 9 or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Day 9. Yeah. Day 9 was my first one.
Shout out to Day 9's Just Fucking Kill Them.
That it's a classic video at this point.
Fundamental and foundational to the way that I think about games. I do my best to try to take in information from a bunch of different games. I watch I think I've spoken about this on the show before, but I watch like a bunch of Magic creators. I watch a bunch of Pokemon VGC stuff through Wolf Glick. Like anywhere where someone is like trying to be competitive and like doing a game of it, that I understand the game well enough to like listen to them talk about it. I love like soaking up information from people that are experts on cool things. It's just, one of the most enjoyable ways to interact with content on the internet is to watch experts talk about things they love. And I try to do more of that and less of scrolling TikTok reels. That's kind of the goal. Do I not have an internal monologue all the time, or only not when you read? I don't have one at all. I also can't visualize things in my head just like at all. That's just also not a thing. It is a blank space in there. Enjoy. I think it's called aphantasia.
Something like that. Back to what you were saying. That's what I loved about the Best General series. For a long time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it was a lot of what got me into Best in Faction, which is obviously how we met, right?
Right.
Was listening to people like taking up that competitive goal and setting something in front of them and be like, this is what I want to achieve. It's a lot of the enjoyment, right? Like I can sit and scroll TikTok reels, or I can listen to someone passionately talk about something that they care about and make me care about it by the end of the video, right? That's the goal.
Yeah. And part of that was like just getting people in, like for like interviews, like the sports psychologist and people like that who are coming in and talking about how you conceive of being competitive and how you should adjust expectations and how you set goals and things like that. I loved all that.
Spooky Kabuki said, 122 says, yes, Dabu, Blood and Thunder, which I assume is a quote from StarCraft or something. Would be
it's
my
from
guess.
Warcraft. Yeah, Dabu, Blood and Thunder. Yeah.
I have no idea what
That's
is.
what the peons would say.
Whenever someone, the only quote I can ever is Zug Zug and yes, me lord. Something you doing?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Something me doing. I'm pretty sure that's a peon thing. It sounds right.
Zug Zug.
I don't know.
Ready to work.
It is Warcraft. Yes, Zug Zug. Getting to work.
We need more space in the stockpile, my lord. I think that one's a stronghold.
You must construct additional pylons.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I think that's enough for me. I appreciate everybody for listening to us for the last 20 minutes of just chatting random shit. But we did have to hit the numbers. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. We hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to drop us a message on Discord anytime, and we'd love to hear any of your feedback on the show. Yeah, I think that's about all I got. I'm going to hit the button. I'm looking for the button, but I'm doing it.
Job's done. So. Bye-bye.
That's not... No, you have to do it properly.
Job's done.